You are now locked in to the Sitting Down with the Sisters podcast.
Hi guys! Welcome back to another episode of Sitting Down with the Sisters. We are your hosts. I'm Ashley.
I'm Temi.
I'm Ayo.
I know we weren't here last week, but we're back and we're better.
We're sorry.
You know, the sisters, we getting better, can't just get in better one time.
Honestly,
we've actually been saying that since forever. Actually, what's going on?
It's a journey. We're not going to get there in one time. Do you know what it is?
Yeah, I'm not going to lie, I get it. You know, we was consistent for the first 6 weeks, and that's very good. Do you get what I mean? Sometimes life happens, and that's what happened. Life
and you know
happened.
when you working,
you forget to book studio. You know,
we didn't forget to book. Life was just lifing, man.
The books is not open for studio. The time is gone. What can you do?
You know, but we here. We thank the Lord.
Honestly, always.
We praise the Lord.
Hallelujah.
Does anybody have any announcement before we start?
Any testimony?
I just want to thank all the people who have been subscribing, commenting, engaging.
Oh, yeah.
We thank God for your lives.
Yeah, even the people who have been disagreeing with our points, you've been doing it respectfully.
Yes.
And you've been doing it
That's so true.
in
grace.
a wonderful manner. So we appreciate that. We understand that everything we say, it's not always going to be
perfect,
exactly, and you're not always going to agree with what we say, so
yes,
thank you.
But we see the growth. We're grateful for the growth. We're praying for more growth. Everybody say hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Thank you, Jesus. So today we're going to be discussing something Tem brought to the GC. I feel like it's a very good topic because this is something that I feel like it's a topic that people discuss, but not in depth, maybe. Like it's just something you probably see passing comments on, and it's reoccurring as well. Like I see it come up on Instagram anyway. I see it come up quite a lot, but as I said, it's not spoken about in depth. So Temi, do you want to, because it's your topic that
I was actually just looking for it. I found it now.
You go for it, babe.
Like they said, I was literally just on Twitter, as you do, scrolling down my TL, and I've just saw something that I thought was quite interesting. I'll read it out to you guys. So the person said, you owe it to your significant other to stay as attractive throughout the relationship as you can. I think for me the key word in this tweet was I thought you was going to say something different, you know. What? I thought you was going to say as you can.
That's what I thought she was going to say as well.
What, as you can?
Yeah, I thought that
throughout the relationship as you can. No, it's O for me.
And why is it O?
Because O doesn't give you a choice. Like the free will has been sucked out of this, the tweet.
Right.
When you owe someone, it's almost like entitlement. Like you have to deliver, right? Or am I wrong? Is that what?
No, you're correct.
No,
right. So that's why that key word stood out to me. As you can doesn't really stand out that much, because throughout the relationship, as you can. I mean, what that kind of does, look, not me dissecting the tweet. As you can, sort of, I guess, brings back the free will a little bit. So it's like when you can, do what you can when you can. But then the O part is just, let's focus on that. Why do you feel like? Why do you guys agree? First of all,
that's what I was gonna say. I don't know why I didn't even hear the O.
Yeah,
all I heard was the as you can.
Stay attractive for your man as you can.
I said no. I heard as you can. When you say it like how Tem said it, or like when you hear it from that perspective, I then think it's a bit legislative, and it's a bit like, if you don't, then like it's a threat.
Like it's a do or die for the relationship to be successful.
I do not agree with that.
Yeah,
sorry.
Yeah, I agree with you, Temi. The O word is a bit of a. For me, it doesn't make sense to have the word O and then as you can in the same sentence. Because like you said, the O is
contradicting.
It's contradicting. It one cancels out the other. So to say you owe it to him, but then as you can, that doesn't really make sense.
Or maybe he was trying to say as best as you can. I don't know. But do you know what? I'm 50-50.
Okay, go on.
With the statement. Okay.
With the rhetoric. Because it's not about the tweet, it's about the sentiment.
Right. So it's about the sentiment. And, you know, there's a lot of... sort of, there are different scenarios that you can relate, like you can use to sort of relate to the tweet, and everyone's relationship is different. But I think as a whole, and do you know what? I'm such a big believer in, no matter how old you are in your relationship or how long your relationship has been, that shouldn't be a leeway for you not to put in effort in terms of physical appearance. I agree. And that is why I agree with the tweet. However, it's the O part, because I mean, I don't know, I'm 50-50. I guess you have to do those things. I believe you have to. So it does take away the free will, which I agree with. But at the same time, I just don't think it's nice to have that sort of pressure on people to have to keep constantly having to look good. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
I'm right there with you, you know. I'm not gonna lie, like I'm 50-50, because the message behind it, I get it. Essentially, it's not even just comes down to looks alone. It's everything. It's your behavior, how you treat the person. You should never ever get comfortable in a relationship, regardless of how long you've been with the person. But obviously, because in the statement it's speaking about looks specifically, I do agree with that. However, what if now if this now comes back to the whole point of, why are you with someone? Is it solely based on aesthetics? Because what if now you get into a relationship and there are situations that are out of your control? For example, that
threatens your physical appearance.
The one person gets sick, or when you become pregnant, and you know, not everyone has the whole bounce back thingy. For some people, for some women, it takes time. Postpartum depression. What if someone struggles with their mental health and they don't put as much effort into their looks, or that's not their priority? Does that now give leeway for someone to be like, well, should you
be afraid?
Yeah, does that not exactly? Or it shouldn't now be a thing where, because this person is not putting effort into their appearance anymore. Or say if you're mourning the loss of someone, and you know, some people are emotional eaters, or they gain weight, or whatever it is, and then you now see that and you're like, well, actually, should I still be with them? Does that now give me the leeway to explore something with someone else? It's just there's no foundation, it's not grounded.
It just feels a bit based on vanity.
Exactly.
Because like for me, I was having a conversation with some people recently, and I was like talking about how for me, like appearance and like aesthetic is so heavily emphasized like in relationships nowadays. And like for me, I actually think it shouldn't be near the top of your list. Like I think you should definitely be attracted to your man, definitely attracted to your babe, but like that shouldn't be the deciding factor as to why you want to be with them. Because I just feel like if the main reason you're with someone is because of their attractiveness to you, then obviously the day they're not attractive to you again, that relationship is in the mud,
and it's going to break you.
But then also it leads to you overlooking deeper things. Like when you're looking for a partner, I think the most important things are the character things, because on the days when, for instance, you're pregnant, and if you're familiar with how especially black women, specifically African women, are when they get pregnant, towards the end of their pregnancy, our noses spread, the melanin comes through.
That's everyone, yeah, heavy. Absolutely.
Like it's not that you become unattractive, but you look visibly different to what you looked like when you first got with your husband. If now that relationship is built on just you being that trophy, or you being that woman that he met at that night, and you blew him away with the way you look, and that's the main foundation as to what your relationship is standing on, then on the days when you're not looking like that, you're never going to feel secure in your relationship. It's just impossible.
That part. Absolutely. And the more we speak about this, the more I'm realizing, and obviously I don't want to generalize, and you know, because of based off of what we see, because a lot of relationships aren't built on aesthetics, and they're not driven by what the person looks. But with that being said, I do feel like a lot of relationships are not built to go to last and to go through low seasons.
Right. Yeah.
And it's so sad, because we speak about like the honeymoon phase, and we're ready for that, you know, the times when we're going out on dates every single weekend, we're dressing up, you know, you're like, as women we can change our hair, all of this, but there's going to be seasons where, you know, it's you're working, you're busy, and you're not going to have that
you're
time
busy,
to be
you're busy, you lie though. Sorry. Shout
out to the person, they know who they are. But yeah, so what now that season, if you're not dressing up, and then say if he's not complimenting you as much, that's not to say that he shouldn't be complimenting you at all. There should still be the compliments of there, course. But in comparison to when you were constantly dressed up, when you were constantly changing your hair, when you were changing up your outfits and heels and all of this, you'll now think, oh my days, is he still attracted to me? Like, does he still love me? It can be very traumatic.
I think the important thing that I'm taking from the conversation so far is that, of course, everyone's going to have seasons, men and women, where they just don't feel their best, or other things are taken over. Like, physical attractions aren't the only things to focus on ever. But I think it's about the consistency, like not completely letting yourself go, like completely, where you don't pick it up again and just try
let's
to look.
talk about
I wanted
that,
to talk on that because I also feel like, what is your attraction based on? Because you can be attracted to like someone's aesthetic, like you can be attracted to their physique, you can be attracted to their face and all that kind of stuff, but like I feel like you stay attracted to someone because of the things that they possess. Because like how they look is important, but like say for instance when you're on FaceTime to your babe, like you don't necessarily look how you looked when they might have met you. That doesn't mean they're not attracted to you because you might be in your bonnet and you haven't got makeup on and you're wearing your pajamas. Like I think the attraction is still there, because attraction is not only physical.
Absolutely.
But yeah, on the topic of I actually think it's very important to be aware of what you're becoming when you're in a relationship, because like
you're preaching now.
No, because like when you think about it, like it's not that you're trying to fight to stay relevant to your man, because God forbid. Do you get? God forbid. But like the woman that
in a battle, you know, war zone and that.
Do you get? But the woman that you were when he met you and he saw like value in you, like you should only even be getting better. Like as the time goes on, like he should be able to say like, I was attracted to you at the beginning, but like the way I'm attracted to you now,
by God's grace, that is the plan.
Like
that is how it should be.
I think that's what you should be aiming for, and that is not just physical. That's not just like your bum grew because you started going gym, or like your makeup skills got better.
Way beyond that.
Or the wig that you're wearing now is more
we need to look
I'm so
past
happy
that.
you said that, you know, because a lot of the times, and I can only speak from the perspective of women because we are women, when you get into a relationship, it's very easy to lose yourself and do everything for your partner. Like, my partner likes this, so this is what I'm gonna do. Or my partner likes this hairstyle, let me do this. And there's nothing wrong with that. But also remember, the reason why, like you said, he was attracted to you was your individuality, your morals, your integrity, all of those things. So you don't want to lose that and become someone almost like a character to keep up with this persona, whether it be because of like the pressures of social media or like because of what people have told you. And I think also the pressure that like you may be getting from like your friends around you and your family, like they may be pushing you in a direction like, oh, you need to do this because you know, because if you want him to be your husband, like do this. Oh, when he comes round, serve him this plate. Oh, do all of it, like. Please. And it's like, please,
like literally in the black community, that is such a big thing.
And that's something that's very prevalent, like how to keep your man, how to do all of these things. And let's be real, like even that statement alone, even though it says partner, is very much directed at women.
Absolutely.
Very honest.
Let's be very
because
honest.
no one ever talks about, even though men can, I don't like using the word deteriorate, well sorry, that's the word
not
that
deteriorate.
Like, because that's how they make it seem. It's like women are deteriorating over time.
Yeah.
Like with men, it can happen to anybody.
Absolutely.
Nobody's above it.
Absolutely.
And like, do you know what is, sorry, because you reminded me of a point I wanted to make and I forgot it. But like, this is the point. Like, I think it's always very important to be cognizant of how you're perceived by your man. I don't know. Like, I think not that it should be ruling how you live your life, but like, say for instance, I think you should always want to look nice, like for your man. Like, not that, and that does, looking nice does not mean like you're dressed to the nines or like
you're
say
breaking
for instance,
your bank
or you're breaking your back.
Yeah.
Like, do you get? But I mean, like, say for instance, you're on FaceTime, you want him to still think you're cute. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Like, and I don't think there's anything. Like, I think that's a nice thing to want.
Yeah.
Like in a relationship.
I think it's only when it's overpowering the relationship and it's just the main
exactly, and that's all you think
about 24/7.
And that's our point essentially. We're not saying do like the stuff that your man likes and whatnot. That's not what we're saying at all. We're saying don't now lose yourself and then
just because that's all you're
every day you're sweating, like you say for example, you know he's gonna like spontaneously pop up and you're worried, like you're sweating, you're scared, you're thinking, oh my god, I'm not ready.
You're in a terrible relationship.
I'm not ready.
Sorry, that's a terrible. If you're in a relationship like that, I'm sorry. That's a terrible relationship.
That is stress, you know. I can't even imagine that.
Like your man's perception of you should never instill anxiety and fear into you. Like,
oh my god, that sounds scary.
Because like for me, like I'm not gonna lie, because of the type of babe I am, I've always been this way. Like I'm very
authentic,
dressed down
what
most of the time. What you see is what you get. And so more time, if they love me like this, they're only gonna love me more.
It's gonna get better.
That is like they're only gonna. That is it. Take me as I am.
Take me as, and that's my whole entire bag. Take me as I am, or watch me as I go. And so because that's what I present at the beginning, I feel like they're always in for a party because it's only going up.
That's it.
Like there's no going down. Not that because I'm at the bottom, but because I literally show you. I'm the type of baby, like if you date me, you're seeing the full extent of me from the very beginning. Just because for me, there's no point doing the whole I want to be so attractive to you and then dialing back. I'd rather
it's
present.
It's a surprise, it's a shock to the person you're dating.
And then from then onwards, you're even moving up. Because,
do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
I think that is maybe the key. The key is to present yourself as your full self, at least close to the beginning of when you decide to become in a committed relationship with someone, so that they know you in your entirety. And when I say present your full self, I mean personality, I mean how you look, everything. Like be realistic, be honest, because that will save you the fear of when I get pregnant, what if he doesn't like me? Because no, he doesn't like you just because you look like this today. He likes you.
Yeah.
Do you get? That's what I think.
I
is
like that.
important.
Present yourself as your full self.
Present yourself as your full self. Like don't make people date like only tiny little aspects of you. Because like I've literally heard stories. Yeah, people got married and on their wedding night they were scared when they woke up the next day.
Sounds like suffering and slavery.
How can somebody wake up and be scared?
Yeah, that ain't it.
Apparently they were scared of what the woman looked like because they'd never seen her like that.
You know what? I've also heard stories about women, and this is what it's usually the women. Let's be very honest. I've heard stories about women like just at the end of the day, if you're a type of woman that loves to like, you know, have self-care and just maintain like the lifestyle by, you know, doing your nails, your lashes, your hair constantly. And do you know what? I'm trying to see. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it if you're not in a relationship, you're not doing it as much. And then when you get into a relationship, you do it a lot more often. It is kind of a problem.
I think it's more about what your motives are.
It depends on what your motives are. Like, I get, at the end of the day, I'm a big believer in looking good for the person that you're with, like 100%. I said initially. But you also have to want to do it for yourself too.
Yeah.
You can't. The reason can't be only because you want to impress your man, because it would get very tiring very quickly.
Yeah. There'll be days like you just want to chill. You can't chill.
It's just like anything in life. It's like anything in life. If there's no real passion there's a day that you will just give up and not want to continue. You just want to
relax. Do you know what's so mad? You'll end up resenting the person. Yeah, like you'll build so much bitterness and resentment, and you'll be like, oh well, he hasn't done this, so why am I doing this sort of thing? And then it just becomes becomes not authentic. Basically,
like, who doesn't want to look attractive for their partner?
Of course, I feel like you do. Why would you not want to? I feel like, of course,
like, say if it's date night, or like say if you're meeting up with him and you just want to surprise him, like, yeah, I've switched up my hair. Like,
I want you to see me, or you see me that smile, you can't wipe it off your face.
You're thinking, wow, this hairstyle is serious.
Wow.
Yeah, I didn't know you had it in you.
Wow.
Yeah, but I had it, but you just didn't see it. It was coming.
I want to say that the beard is really bearding today.
Do you know what I mean? Like, you got to keep
the fresh trim. Like,
you look sexy.
You got to keep the fire going in a relationship.
1,000,000%.
I feel like a lot of that, whether you want to admit it or not, has to do with physicality. Yes, like, let's be honest, it does have to do with physicality.
And I feel like people are scared to say things like that because it's like, oh, why are you doing that? Why are you doing stuff for a man? It's like, it's not for all men.
It's not for a man. It's for
my man. Do you get?
Let's make that very clear.
What does all men have to do with me?
Do you get? And why are people so afraid?
What's my business to say what all men are thinking?
Why are people so afraid to say they want to do stuff for their partner and do stuff that the partner will like?
Because you know what it is. It all comes back down to this message of, oh, I only do things for myself ever.
It's a lie.
Oh, guys, let's stop the cap.
Let's stop the lies.
Stop the cap, amen.
Let's stop the lies. Because if everything was only for yourself, why is it that when you go on a date no, because why is it that when you go out on a night out you get upset when people don't approach you?
They're approaching your friends, but not you.
There's still people lying from our previous episodes saying that, and at the end of the day, I did put a disclaimer. I did say, yes, of course, we want to go out for ourselves.
You said I was ready to do
No,
PSA.
there's still people lying to themselves, lying to us in the comments, saying, oh, the only reason they ever go out is for themselves. It's never for the other gender to look nice. Stop deceiving yourself, darling.
Let's be very real.
Because we're not saying that you don't do it for yourself. Because I did a whole thesis on why we do it for ourselves as girls and wanting to look nice. But don't underestimate. Don't underestimate don't underestimate the other gender. Why you do it for them?
You know what's
too.
so mad? They're like, the people that were saying that, I only go out for myself. If it was an event that was strictly one gender only, would you still go? Would you not be at home?
No, but do you know what it is? I know some people will probably still go because
it's not the mass.
But no one, yeah, of course it's not the mass, but no one's taking away that you want to do things for yourself as well as the other gender.
Why can't it be part of the mix?
It's literally part of the mix. It's just another element
of the mix.
You're
lying. I think what is most important, and maybe what people need to work on more, is you don't want to be for mass production or for the mass audience. When you're in a relationship, it's not that we're telling you that you should now be trying to look nice, that men are still trying to chat to you. Like, it's not that we're telling you be nice for every man, but for you to want to look nice for your man, there's nothing wrong with that. Let's behave.
Dress up, go out, take
behave.
pics, darling.
Because I personally think, like, I can only imagine. I'm not going to lie to you. Well, I don't know if I'm the right person actually to say this, but like, I can only imagine, like, because I'm not really, I don't know. I grow with my person. I love them. Do you get it? Like, if I love you, I love you. I don't know how to explain it. That's just me as a person. I don't know. But like, say for instance, I met you a certain type of way. Okay, this is a very good example.
Okay.
Say for instance, the guy that you like and the guy that you're with, when you met him, like, his organization or his attention to detail about himself, like when it comes to getting his trims, when it comes to how he looks after his nails, when it comes to anything, like his dressing, top 10, then you're with him maybe 5 years now at this point, and then all of a sudden his nails are outgrowing.
They're longer than mine.
Do you get outgrowing? Then
that one's a hygiene issue.
He hasn't been going to the barbers.
No, that one's hygiene issue. So that's
he's
different.
Just walking around.
Because like, why are you not cutting your nails?
Of course, I personally think, of course, I should then say to him, like, what's going on? Like, I feel like why can't that be? So I should just accept that somebody has chosen to drop their standards.
I'm glad you brought that up.
That's the flip side of things.
There's some people in, like, who on social media who would say, oh, but you know, it's insensitive to bring it up because you should accept
your nails are dirty.
Dirty slab.
They're saying that you should accept the person.
No. The only time it's insensitive is if you know that your partner is going through something.
It's out of their control.
But if
everything is fine,
really good point.
This is who they've become now for no reason that's caused it for it to happen that way, and that's just they're just comfortable in that sense.
But then say now that you guys have said,
before,
go on.
Well, what I was gonna say is because people love to say, oh yeah, accept them as they are, but like, what if they've actually? Because I feel like there's this thing that happens with men sometimes when you've been with them for a bit, the comfortability is even the entitlement, the comfortability is too much. Not that you shouldn't be comfortable with your babe, not that you shouldn't feel like, you know, there's no, you know, whatever, but like, there should always be something inside you that's like, no, I want to keep this babe. Like, I want to keep this babe. I want this babe to feel like she's in a beautiful relationship.
Only go in the wild vibes.
Do you get? Sorry, go
Princess. So
I was waiting.
Not princesa. You guys brought up the point that you made about if the person you're with is going through something and they've let themselves go, that's when, you know, you give them, quote, I don't like this word, but you give them a pass.
Or you give them grace. Or you give them grace.
Give them grace. Yes, that's a great word. So then I'm guessing there might be some people who are watching, viewers, listeners, who'll be like, okay, but then at what point, like how long?
Do you know you can't put a timestamp on this.
You can't put. I think you would know when you feel like it's getting to the point where it's going too far, unhealthy.
But like
you will always know. Yeah, there will be that instinct inside you that will tell you that this is going too far, and it depends on circumstances. It depends on what they're going through. Yeah. Like there's certain things that people go through that it takes longer than others to recover. Do you know what I mean? Some things can, you know, whatever someone's going through, it can be 2 weeks that they get over it. Let's say, you know, unemployment. You know, they're very sad and then they can get a job in about a month. It's over. It's different. Or, you know, a loss and like just
it's so,
you know what I mean? There's so many different aspects.
It's so contextual
that could affect it. Yeah,
because like trying to put a time limit is also like trying to say that you're only going to have grace for a certain amount of time in the context that we would like to operate in. Because all three of us, of course, like by God's grace, we're talking about marriage as well. We're not talking about just your boyfriend,
right? Because
if it's your boyfriend, I think it's a different type of commitment. If you're saying that you're married to this person, you can't put a time limit on how much grace you're going to give them, because you said in sickness and in health, you said like for better, for worse, for better or worse, I'm going to be here. So when you're looking at them in that sorry state, it's not that you should now be thinking, well,
Imagine someone doing that to you.
Like,
because real life
have you not seen movies and even real life examples of, you know, God forbid, but someone get into a tragic accident and they end up in wheelchair and there's someone
I know, like in one of the church that I go to, in one of the branches, she literally had I think it was a car accident or a burn accident, and her whole face changed. Like literally her face is like, she's still got the scars.
Is she married?
She's still married. She even had a child recently.
I mean, did it happen while she was married?
Yes.
Well, there you go. So is her husband expected
should he pack
to
up
leave
his bags and go?
You know, because this is not how I met you, so
after making a commitment in the presence of family and God and family, saying that for better for worse,
because of ghastly accident, you now say, you're not the one that I married.
This is not necessarily spoiler alert, and I know only a few people understand this that have watched from scratch.
I was about to say,
you know, from scratch, the advice, I'm just going to be quick with it for those that get it. You know, the advice that her uncle or someone gave her about wanting to leave when something in their marriage happened, and she stuck by it and said no, she's not leaving. You know, those are examples like that, because he'd experienced something similar, and he just said it gets worse from there, basically. So, you know, you don't have to deal with this, you can kind of go. You know, and that's the wrong advice. Sorry,
it's the wrong advice. If you're married, it's the wrong advice.
And I think
I understand where he's coming from. I do understand where he's coming from, because he's just trying to, you know, prepare her.
Because he's been through it as well. But you have to be careful to not project, and that's why not all advice is good advice.
That's it.
Because her response was even, well, this is my husband. I'm married to him. There's no packing up and leaving. Like, where am I going to?
Like, I genuinely feel like if someone, not saying that you should not, because I feel like when I'm saying if your husband is different, if your boyfriend is different, of course it is different. And like, I'm the type of person, commitment, you should be very committed. When you're a boyfriend and girlfriend, be very committed.
Of course.
When you're fiancé, do you know what I'm saying? When you're fiancé and fiancée, it's not like you shouldn't be committed, but like, when you're married, like, I don't believe in divorce in it. So like, when you're married, it's not this like divorce is not a get out of jail card for me. Like, we're riding till the wheels fall off. When you're my boyfriend, like, I still have the capacity to say, like, you know what, if this is not what is working,
because that commitment hasn't been made yet, so we can prevent it as much as possible now by just leaving.
We haven't made the vow.
We have
relationship
that flexibility,
and that's different. That's the main difference in a relationship and a marriage, because in a marriage you're sticking through thick and thin. Like, there's no such thing as leaving. I mean, and
of course we're not championing. I believe, like, even when you're in a relationship, like a normal relationship, like, of course you want to do life with this person. You want to be their rock. Like, you want to be their person.
Married, that's what you're doing.
If you're dating to marry, 100%. And that's my vibe. But like, we're just saying, we all know there is a commitment that's deeper in marriage than there is when you're boyfriend and girlfriend.
Like, so if a man just wants to be unhygienic and not do his nails, and you're in a relationship with him,
business?
When if I've told you once, told you twice, you don't want to listen, I can get up and go, because you're putting my health at risk, darling.
I can go.
You know, but in a marriage, what do you even do? Like, if he's not doing, like,
me, I'll just, if his birthday's coming up, I'm buying him a self-care kit.
Do you know what I'm doing?
No, we're going to the salon together. Because what do you mean? What the hell is going on? What the hell is going on?
Oh, do you want to sell like a pamper day? Let's do like a
spa day.
Yeah, you ask him what the hell is going on.
You know, so
because actually, let's flip it, because obviously we're the babes. Say for instance, your man starts to feel like there's a standard that's slipping with you.
Okay,
how would you like him to approach that?
Do you know what's so mad? I've had conversations about this previously, and I'm a big advocate. If you feel like I am falling off, I'm the type that wants to know.
Oh, 100%.
For example, if I've spoken, like, for example, the specific example was like putting on weight. For example, I want to know. You need to tell me. Like, and I feel like, do you know what? With my track record in terms of guys I've seen in the past, they've made it very clear that it's something that they'll, first of all, I've told them first, like, obviously let me know if, you know, whatever, but they've been very open to the idea of letting me know, and I kind of like that, because obviously there's a way to say it, there's a way to go about it. Let's be completely honest.
Very careful.
But the main message here is I still want to know.
Yes.
You know, I still want to know, whether it be, babes, let's go to the gym together. That motivate me in different ways. I don't mind. Okay. Personally. I think, but no, I don't mean in terms of him telling me that I'm putting on weight, but in terms of actually motivating me, going with me.
Okay, I thought you meant.
I mean, that's how he's
what?
I will beat you.
What do you mean? What are you trying to say?
Let's go to the gym together.
What do you mean? It comes down to how you set up your relationship when you start. Because if you're with someone and you both like say to each other, imagine if you both say to each other, do you know what? We're going to be honest with each other, and it's not just, again, if it's not just based on aesthetics and image, and you're actually saying, do you know what? We're coming into this relationship, we're committed. So that also means having difficult conversations.
1,000,000%.
And it's not even just down to looks. It's, oh, you know, like how you may be as a person.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like
your time management is whack.
Yeah, you're nagging
Wake
a lot.
up.
You're nagging a lot. You're complaining a lot.
Wake
like,
up.
sort of thing. So,
and I'm that type of girl as well, by the way. Like vice versa. Like,
I'm telling
if I feel like you are putting on weight, I'm sorry, you will know.
Yeah,
you
don't
will know.
sleep. Wake up.
Like, it's actually, it's not time for bed. You can't sleep.
Don't sleep.
You've got things to do.
Because for me, I feel like the things that mean the most to us, you should work the hardest at. And that means your relationships with your family members, your marriage. Those are the things you should work, and then your community. Things that mean the most to you, that's what you should work the hardest at.
And you know what? I think there's nothing more heartbreaking than you trying so hard in terms of that aspect of your marriage. Just imagine as a woman, you're doing what you need to do. You know, you're trying to look good for your man, and you're trying to make sure, you know, you've kept yourself together, and then he's doing the opposite of that, and he just doesn't care. Like, how dare you?
God,
like you see me trying to stay healthy. You see me trying to stay healthy for us.
Hey,
and you're not doing the same.
I want to live to 80. You want to live to 50.
I'm so sorry. You know, I'm so. I don't know if this is a good or a bad thing.
Nah, that's sad.
But I'm actually the type of babe. Like, I'm the babe in in a relationship that I will tell you, oh, that portion's a bit large still. You know, what's going on here? There's too much oil in this one.
I thrive on honesty. I thrive on honesty in my relationship.
Are you sure you want to eat that? Like, are you sure? Are we sure we should eat that?
Are we sure that's good for the health?
Sure we should eat that?
Yeah, like, should we?
Are you sure that's good for the body?
It's about being honest, and again, how you say it.
It's all about how you say it.
If you love someone, you'll never want to hurt their feelings. Of course,
absolutely.
It's still going to be hard to hear on the receiving end.
Yes.
But it's the way you say it with love.
Because those things are very sensitive. So be sensitive in your approach.
And like, for me, like, I'm not gonna lie, honesty from a man is very attractive to me because it shows me that you care, and it shows me that you're not gonna say things just to make me feel better. Like, you're genuinely invested.
You don't want to coddle just to get coddled.
Exactly. You're genuinely invested in the like health of our relationship
and the longevity of the relationship.
Because if you're only saying the fairy things that I want to hear, you're a liar.
Guys, question:
you're an actress, and you're yes.
In terms of this conversation we're having, has anyone ever told you anything that you might sort of slacking on that you need to work on in the relationship?
That's a good question. Probably.
I'm trying to think of one example.
Mine would never be appearance things because I feel like I've looked the same.
Guys,
for time.
I've been told my belly's getting big.
You ready? God!
Your belly's getting big.
God!
But it was in the. Do you know what? It was in a cute way. In a jokey, cute way. But
was it said as a cause for concern, or was it said like I like it?
It was like I like it.
Oh,
but
I think that I like
then
it.
I've taken it as wait, my belly. But this is years ago.
I'm actually screaming. I'm trying to think bodily wise.
Can I say something? It's funny because the reason I can laugh about it, and at the time I did laugh about it, is because we have that relationship.
It's that type of relationship.
Okay,
it's not offensive if that's the vibe that's going on.
There's certain relationships, that's not the vibe. But we had that. We were very, very, very
I get it.
honest and I don't want to say brutal, but we were brutally honest.
You know, sorry.
If your hair's not cut and you're not looking nice,
sorry.
It's that relationship you were gonna know. Like,
I'm trying to think.
Like when we've got outings and you haven't trimmed your hair, babe, trim your hair. Like that. Do you know what I mean? I kind of like that a little bit to some extent.
No, because I feel like I'm trying to
anything off the top of my head.
I'm trying to think. No, because one thing about me, I'm not gonna lie, when I'm in a relationship here, I ask my man his opinion on everything.
Same, I'm that kind of girl. I'm that kind of babe.
Oh, what do you think?
It doesn't mean I'll take the advice. It's good to know what you're thinking and your taste.
Facts. And like, so for me, say for instance, I had a hairstyle. I'm trying to think. I feel like I've had a hairstyle. They didn't say they didn't like it. They just said they prefer other styles.
One. Yeah.
It might be something like that.
I've had things like that.
Or like, for me, it might more be like things that I'm doing. Like, like when I'm correcting them, I might repeat myself a lot. It'll be stuff like that. It's never really appearance stuff. I've never gotten appearance stuff too tough.
I've been told like my dress sense is off.
Jesus. Who are these people?
Who is saying
God.
No, just obviously we're having that conversation. I've been told my dress sense, like it's coming to me slowly, but yeah, like, I've been told that, and obviously it's the same person, but do you get it? Like it's not like different.
No, but
people
sometimes I feel never mind.
What? No, but sometimes you have to say things.
What is he? What is he gonna say?
I feel like
what?
If you are going to open your mouth to say something to another person, make sure you yourself is there as well.
Right. 100%.
Because it's not like you're telling me my dress sense is off, and then you're wearing skater boy tops.
Right.
Or like, you're wearing like the long
Let's be honest, you're wearing all black and you think it's fashion.
Oh! Oh,
there's that too. You know, there's some people that do the all black and they think, I'm doing something. Sometimes some color will help.
Benga said it could be like you're indirecting us, you know.
No, this is like
no, but I know we know obviously we know what you're saying there. But like you're right. You're right. You're saying something to me, but like you're not even trying.
Take the speck out of your own eye, essentially.
Yeah. No, take the log before you talk about the speck.
That's it. Yeah.
Yes.
Please, because what's going on?
No, reals, because it's actually a mad thing. I remember when I put on like a drastic amount of weight, like in life. It was first year of uni. The only reason this person couldn't have told me nothing is because it was because of him that I put on that weight.
I get that.
We were eating like pigs.
Yeah.
Every day.
How can you be feeding me and then you're surprised when that the food is doing
the thing is he liked it. So then for me it was like calm. For me I didn't like it though. So I dropped that. It all fell off very quickly. But that's like, do you get what I'm saying? Like
that's mad.
I like honesty. Tell me, but just be kind, be sweet.
Come on. That's all we're saying essentially.
Yeah, because sometimes when they're sweet, it might still hurt, but at least you told me I love you still.
No, either way, it's always gonna hurt a little bit.
But I'll take into consideration the fact that you said it with love. That's what makes all the difference.
Exactly, and that's what you can do when you're mature and you're emotionally intelligent. You can hear the message and not hear the pain.
Right. Because that pain sounds like
sometimes really you'll be wanting to cry,
but you're holding it. You're being.
You say,
strong.
"Baby, no, but you care about me."
No, I'm actually done. Let us know what you think in the comments down below. Whether you agree, disagree, we want to hear it all.
Yes.
But yeah, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and also follow us on our social media platforms. SDWTS podcast.
Yeah, thank you, and also with the TikTok warriors. We see you.
We see you. We love you as well.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for sitting down with the sisters.
Bye.